by reels, 4x3. All right, so you have a lot of different ways to where you can sort through a lot of these things. So what I'm gonna do is let's go ahead and select one of these templates, and we can double click in here, click on start editing, and it's gonna open up this template for us to where we can begin editing that template and make it in our own, which is really cool. So again, I would just click on this scene here, and here's where I have access to under settings to all of the assets for this scene. So then I can go in there, change pictures, change text, make the color fit the scheme of my project, and then export that out and get it submitted to my clients, right? So it's a really powerful way to quickly create new projects, right? Let's come back to the homepage here. And here's where we have some of our really awesome new AI builders, right? So let's start with our AI shorts. So I'm inside of AI shorts. And again, we can choose landscape, 9x16, square, or portrait. And of course you choose the language, and you have access to many different languages to choose from here. So I'll go ahead and select English, and then let's go ahead and choose vertical, and let's create an amazing video. All right, so the first thing I do is I need to choose our video theme. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and make this an emotional style video. And then we need to add a prompt. So you want to tell us something specific, details that you would like in your video, right? So for example, you could say, create an interesting story about the first time a man visited the moon, right? So I've got a prompt already created. And I'm gonna say, create a story about a diver exploring a long lost shipwreck, finds a journal with entries dated back 100 years into the future, right? So go ahead and click next. And here's where I can choose the voiceover for my video, right? So you'll see I have the options to choose between male and females, and then I can preview these files by clicking the preview button, right?
The biggest room in the world is
right. And I can just go down the next one.
In the middle of every difficulty.
And you can also see your favorites as well, right? So if I click on favorites, you'll see that I can see the ones that I've hearted for female and the ones that I've hearted for male. And if I decheck show favorites, it takes me back to the master list. And then I can go through, and maybe I want to preview this guy.
God has given you one face.
Right. So I can then heart that guy, and he will then be now in my favorites under males, right? So I'm going to go ahead and choose female, and I'm going to choose this Aria voice and have her selected there, and then choose next. All right, here's where you can choose a backing track. So you can choose no music if you want. But again, if you want, let's go ahead and choose like this, this corporate style feel. And I will go to step 4 now. And here's where you can choose the style for your videos. You want it to be cinematic, 50s look, neo-punk, Disney, Pixar, hyper-realism, photo. So you can choose the different styles, and that will create it for your video, right? So let's go with hyper-realism, and let's go click next. And here's where for the captions, right? So do you want these? We have some really cool, awesome captions embedded into here that you can choose from. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the, let's go with the giraffe style here. And then we can go to, if you want to have a 3D avatar, you can do that. You can choose between these avatars that we have from this option. I'm going to go and choose none. And then I'm going to go and hit next for finalize. So here is where it's generating the script based off of the prompt that I created in step 1 for the video script. And once it's done, you'll see here is my scenes. And I do have the option to edit some of the text if I don't like the way it's looking. But let's say, for example, I liked everything. It'll tell me it's going to take 60 credits will be used, and then I can generate this project, and then it will generate that project and create a really awesome story for me. All right, so once it's done, it then creates this session for you inside of CreateStudio 4. And now I can play this back, and we can see what this sounds like and looks like.
In the depths of the ocean, a diver named Alex discovered a long-lost shipwreck cloaked in mystery and time. As Alex swam through the eerie silence,
and so you can see how quick and powerful that is to create some content on the fly with just the type of a few keystrokes and the choice of a few different template options, right? So again, you can get something created for your business, for a project that you have really quickly and fast. And then you can crank that out and then move on to the next project, right? So again, very powerful. And then again, you can go in here, adjust the speech if you need to. You can change images out if you want. But again, it is a really awesome feature built into CreateStudio 4. All right, so now let's go ahead and go back to our page here, and let's go ahead and show you how to do an AI explainer video, right? So very similar to the last one, we just choose what ratio we want, right? So let's go ahead and go with landscape on this one. And again, choose the language that works best for you, and then click ready. And here is where you can type the prompt that you want for your explainer video. So I'm gonna go ahead and come in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and paste in the prompt that I've selected here. And so I'm gonna have it create a video on how black holes work, right? As an explainer. All right, so now you do have the option to choose, do you want this, is this for promotional purposes or educational? So let's go ahead and choose educational. And then again, you would choose the language that you're utilizing and then your channel name, right? So who is this that you're promoting? Is this you? So I'm going to say that I have a channel, and let's just call it Will Talks, right? Now I can say, let's click on next. And here's where you can choose the character for your explainer, right? So you can come down here and scroll from, if you sort through all, you can see all of the characters that are available to you to use. You can sort from males, from females. All right, so let's go ahead and choose this astronaut character since we're talking about black holes here. And then let's go ahead and choose a music track if you want to, right? You can then again choose a background track for your explainer video. So I'm going to go and choose minimal. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on next. And here's where you can choose your voiceover, right? So I can come again through here. I can preview.
A single rose can be my garden.
The world is round, and the love all, trust a few.
All right, so let's go ahead and choose Charlie, right? Let's just go ahead and select him, and let's go to next. And here's where it shows you what the script looks like, right? So it starts off at the top, and again, you have the option to edit this. And I can change this, right? So we can call this, let's call this Will Talks. All right. So now I can say, welcome to Will Talks, your guide to the universe, right? So I can show you discover how black holes work, and then it goes through, and you can edit these if you don't like how they sound, or maybe it's not completely accurate to what you want to say. You can come in here, tweak these lines, and then it'll go with the 60 credits, and then I'll say generate project, and then it will generate that project and its contents and open up inside of CreateStudio 4 for me. All right, so now that it's done, you can see here is our AI generated explainer video, right? So let's go ahead and play this back and see what this looks like.
Welcome to Will Talks, your guide to the universe. Discover how